After having detailed discussion on fraction, then proper fraction, improper fraction, now it's time to do some problems, right? We got into a great detailed discussion on fractions. So this time, let's come out of theory and let's get involved into problems. So this is the first question, that write the fraction representing the shaded portion. So A, this is what a bigger triangle is, right? And then within it has been divided into equal parts. Now clearly, the first step is always, uh, like in this case, you can make out that it's talking about proper fraction, because whole object, a single object is being taken as a whole, and it has been divided into several parts, and that those are equal parts actually. So one part, two part, three part, and four part. So how many are total parts? Total parts are 4. Therefore, you'll write divided by 4. Why? Because total parts are 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4. And how many parts it has been shaded? 2 parts have been shaded. So 2 parts have been shaded. Therefore, this is 2 by 4. This is a fraction that is being represented by the shaded portion. And this, again, one single object is being taken on a whole, and it has been divided into 1, 2, 3, and therefore 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 9 equal parts. Again, it is talking about proper fraction. Shaded total portions, total parts in which this particular object has been divided into is 1, 2, 3, and 9 parts, therefore divided by 9. And if you can see that 8 parts have been shaded, therefore 8 by 9 is the fraction the shaded portion will represent. In this particular diagram, you can see that this one and this one, a single object was taken as a whole and it was divided further. But in this case, you can see that whole is actually a collection of objects, and the collection of objects is what? This circular diagram is a collection of objects. Assume that it's a ball, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 balls. The collection of 8 balls is being considered as a whole, right? Therefore, it's talking about proper fraction. The shaded portion is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and total parts balls are 8. So divided by 8, and 4 is a shaded portion. Therefore, 4 by 8 will be the fraction that is being represented by the shaded portion. In this example, let's say we haven't shaded yet, but let's say that if we shade this portion and let's say this portion. So the total parts that a single object is being considered as a whole or a single unit, and then it has been divided into 4 equal parts. Since 4 equal parts in which this round circular object has been divided into, and how many parts have been shaded? 2 parts have been shaded. Therefore, this is the fraction that is being represented by the shaded portion. Now come to this one, smile. Again, if I shade this portion, this whole portion, assume that it's completely filled with this color, shaded portion. And if I shade this portion, right, and if this whole portion is shaded, you can see it's representing actually as a face, a surprised face of Mr. X. So if I shade this portion, now since it was a face, and I have divided this face into 2 equal parts, 1 part and 2 part, right? So this whole portion, just you will not take it as a separate one. Since it was a single object, a face, I have divided this face into 2 equal parts, this part and this part, where one eye is on the left side, one eye is on the right side, and this is the mouth portion. Your mouth has also been divided into 2 parts. this part the shaded part and this part the non-shaded part. Therefore, if I see then this whole part of the face, this eye and this half part of mouth is actually making a half portion of this complete face, right? That's clear, right? So this is the half portion of, this face has been divided into two equal parts. This whole portion is one part of this division, and in how many parts this has been divided into? It's two. So this is actually 1 by 2. Don't get confused that hey, this is a separate circle, this is a bigger separate circle, this is a separate circle. No. If you can see that this is actually, let me write this, that this is actually a face. Okay, so this is one eye, this is one eye, another eye, this is mouth, and this has been divided into two equal mouths. Two parts. The mouth has been divided into, and the face has been divided into two parts. So this shaded portion is actually one part of the two divisions. So this portion that shaded is, the fraction will be 1 by 2.